Now, as we have 2 chem block vehicles featured on the festival playlist this week, for 160 points you'll be unlocking the Hoonigan Mustang V2, and we're jumping in the Hoonigan Hoonitruck for this week's FORZATHON challenges. So I thought it was only right that we jump into the pause menu, head on over to the badges, and we equip the chem block 43. If you don't have this badge unlocked, quite simply drive 4.3 miles or 7 kilometers in any Hoonigan vehicle. So with that done, you beautiful, beautiful people, let's jump into today's video, taking on this week's FORZATHON challenges Hoonitruck, grabbing ourselves 160 FORZATHON points and 5 points towards our festival playlist. And as always, with the Thursday weekly FORZATHON video, we'll be checking out this week's FORZATHON shop, and we'll be checking out all of this week's rewards and restrictions on the festival playlist. Without further ado, let's kick things off. Let's jump into this week's FORZATHON challenges. So let's waste no time, we'll jump straight in and get this week's FORZATHON challenges Hoonitruck complete. Kicking things off with Chapter 1, Does the Truck. Own and drive the customised, built, all-wheel drive 1977 Hoonigan GYMKHANA 10 Ford F-150 Hoonitruck, which was first introduced in GYMKHANA 10. So for this week's FORZATHON challenges Hoonitruck, we are using just that, the Hoonigan 1977 GYMKHANA 10 Ford F-150 Hoonitruck. This awesome truck can be picked up in the auto show for 500,000 credits. I do have a tune available for download if you wish to use it. Just search for gamer tag Skippy 4631 or the file name Skippy YouTube. Share codes for tunes, as always, are in the description and in the comments below. First we own it, then we drive it. Hop into free roam from any player house or festival site, drive a couple of seconds down the road, does the truck complete. So with Chapter 1 complete, next up is Chapter 2, Hoonigan Slide. Earn a drift tap skill in the 1977 Hoonigan GYMKHANA 10 Ford F-150 Hoonitruck to honour the amazing drifts from Climbkhana 2. So one of the easiest places you're going to be able to get this done is the stadium, where we have the beautiful Lunar New Year Drift Arena. If you head to the outer ring of the stadium, there is a wall on the right or the left hand side, depending on which way around you're going on the stadium, but for me it's on the right, that we're going to use to get our drift tap. So we get a little bit of speed, we're going to bump the handbrake just to kick the back end and just catch it on the wall to get Hoonigan Slide complete. So with Chapter 2, Hoonigan Slide complete, it is on to Chapter 3, Climbkhana 2. Take all 914 horsepower for an intense hill climb experience by winning the Volcan Sprint in the 1977 Hoonigan GYMKHANA 10 Ford F-150 Hoonitruck. The Volcan Sprint is a road racing event located just to the north, sort of in the middle of the map. If you don't know where it's located by now, you've definitely been living under a rock, or you're brand new to Forza Horizon 5, and it is a sprint race that runs all the way up the volcano. Now you know I've got you guys covered with a cheeky blueprint for this event called FORZATHON Volcan Sprint locked to the Hoonitruck. To use this event, just search for gamer tag Skippy 4631 or use the share code 648535368. Now the Hoonitruck can be a bit tricky to race, especially on the twists and turns of the Volcan Sprint. I would definitely suggest taking a look at your driver type difficulty and bringing it down to Tourist or at least New Racer. The Hoonitruck has been an absolute blast to race up the mountain. Definitely helped with having the driver's cars on Tourist. It made it a little bit easier to grab ourselves first place. But as we come across the line, that is first place. So with Chapter 3 complete, it's on to our fourth and final chapter, number 43. Bank 43,000 skill score in the 1977 Hoonigan GYMKHANA 10 Ford F-150 Hoonitruck to create your very own GYMKHANA style driving. Now for this chapter, it's definitely worth hopping into the car mastery for the Hoonitruck. There are some perks in here that are going to help you get to that 43,000 a little bit quicker. So for this chapter, I am using the Drift Arena inside the stadium to get myself to 10,000 points times by 5. That is way more than we need to get this chapter complete, as we only need around 9,000 or 8,600 times by 5. But I'm going to play it safe, go for 10,000 times by 5, let it bank, and that'll be this chapter complete. But in the end, I ended up banking 66,000 points, way more than we need to get Chapter 4 complete. But that does complete Chapter 4, which in turn completes this week's FORZATHON challenges Hoonitruck, grabbing 160 FORZATHON points and 5 points towards our winter dry season. Now let's jump on over and check out this week's FORZATHON shop. Now this week's wintry Forzathon shop brings us 2 more auto show cars. 2015 Koenigsegg 1, 750 Forzathon points or 2.8 million credits at the auto show. The car we've just used for this week's Forzathon challenges, the Hoonitruck, 400 Forzathon points or 500,000 at the auto show. Vanity items, red round shades for 75 Forzathon points, and probably one of the best emotes, Forza Horizon 5, the RAR emote, again 75 Forzathon points. And as always, any spare Forzathon points knocking around, grab yourselves a normal wheel spin for 60 Forzathon points, or you can grab a super duper wheel spin for 150 Forzathon points. And let's jump back to the playlist and check out all the rewards and the restrictions for this week's playlist. So the winter dry season then, 75 points up for grabs in total. The Hyundai i30N for 20 points, rare and exclusive, brand new to Forza Horizon 5. And for 40 points, the Hoonigan Hoonicorn V2, a hard to find car. This week's online trial, Saddle Up, giving up the number 13 Ford Mustang. Restrictions for this one, any model of Ford Mustang, B700. We've got 3 event labs on this week's festival playlist. 1 Super Bowl spin up for grabs, 1 Creative T, and 1 Nissan GTR 2012. Restrictions for this week's event labs, Traktoy's S1 900 for the first event lab. The second event lab, Classic and Retro Rally, B700. And our final event lab, Any Country, Japan, B700. Seasonal Player and Games makes a return to the playlist for the Forza Link chat phrase special delivery. Restrictions for this, David versus Goliath, A800. And then we have 3 PR stunt danger signs on the festival playlist, each giving out a super wheel spin. Restrictions for these 3 danger signs, any Hyundai or Hyundai B700. 2 seasonal championships on this week's festival playlist, Fine China, giving out a Lotus Exige S, and Year of the Volkswagen, giving out the Veloster N. Restrictions for these, Fine China, any car from China, A800, and Year of the Volkswagen, any Volkswagen, C600. No treasure hunt this week, but we do have a photo challenge in the challenges for the winter season. Forza Link chat phrase, time to hoon for completing Kill All Tyres. Horizon Open challenges, Catch My Drift, number 43 Dodge Viper up for grabs. And we have a collectibles challenge this week, Off With a Bang, smash 10 firework boxes at the Stadium Lunar Drift Arena, the Car Horn Fireworks. No change on the monthly rivals, so we'll move on to the DLC events, Rally Adventure events, 1 Speed Zone, Hieras Verde, giving out a super wheel spin. Restrictions, Hoonigan S1 900. And a season championship, very impressive, giving out a clothing reward, Horizon Raptors Desert Scarf. Restrictions, any Subaru B700. And then finally, Hot Wheels DLC events, 1 Speed Zone, Street Tops, giving out a super wheel spin. Restrictions, again, Hoonigan S1 900. And finally, a season championship, Journey of 1,000 miles, giving out the Koenigsegg CC8S, brilliant car. Any hypercar, S2 998. And that just about wraps it up for the festival playlist. Any questions about the festival playlist or the weekly Forzathon challenges, please do hit me up in the comments. I'll always do my best to help you out. Smash out those points, get the Hyundai i30N and Hoonicorn V2 unlocked. But as always, thank you so much for watching. If you are new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. Smash the like button, share the video with a friend, stay safe, and I'm out.